Well, hello there. Welcome back to my channel. I really appreciate your subscribership and your sharing and your commenting and your liking. And find me on BitChute and Rumble, Facebook, and Instagram. Well, as you know, I did write a little book called You Were Taller Over the Phone, and it's dating tips for men and women in the digital age. And it's kind of funny because it teaches you not to take yourself so seriously, but also gives you some really valuable tips to get that dating process off the ground. So, in this series, we covered, as reasons to date, we covered boredom, loneliness, just to stay in the game, revenge dating, and now we're on to competitive dating, okay, as a reason to date. Competitive dating. Most people care about their success in life, and a lot of us grew up with sports or liking sports, and we carry that into our dating process. We just don't know how to set a boundary and go, how to be a good sportsman doesn't necessarily apply in the dating arena. Some may, but some may not. So now this is for gents. Meeting women may be a competitive sport for you. It doesn't always apply to men. In fact, a lot of women feel competitive as well. And I would say maybe even it applies more to women, but I'm going to speak now. I'm going to try to speak from a perspective of a woman about men dating out of competition. So do you remember the dating game on television? And I'm not dating myself because there's been many versions, okay? Look, dating is not a game, for one thing. So it was training our brains to think dating is a game, and it's not, even though the show was pretty damn funny, okay? So there's some framework, there's several frameworks that I'd like to discuss here briefly with you that surround competitive dating and why we do it. So seeking that hottest women is based on the standards of other people, not necessarily your own. Also, it has to do with acquisition. You're acquiring women. And a lot of guys like that chase to get the prize, to get that woman. And you're motivated by, again, these sporting principles, right? The challenge. You're up for that challenge. Also, there's an overemphasis on physical appearance when you date competitively. And you look at the flaws and you reject the flaws. And it could be as simple as, maybe she's not busty enough, or she's too busty, she's too tall, she's too short, or her hands are too big, or she's got, a blemish on her face. Whether they're changeable or not, you're looking at those flaws and you're kicking her to the curb, okay? So you want that perfect woman, almost that trophy wife. An obsession with prowess, okay? And picking up complete strangers. That's also a source of competitive dating. The term PUA, well, it does not stand for Pandemic Unemployment Assistance. It stands for pickup artist. Do you know one? I've certainly had an encounter or two with them. And I can see right through them. Although, the flirtiness was kind of cool, but it had a shelf life. And we all know how long that shelf life is. And it's not that of like a Twinkie bar, okay? Feeling jealous is also a driver for dating competitively. Wow, my friend's got the hottest wife. But you know what? I'm going to go hotter. I'm going to get a better one than my friend. You'll see. I'm just going to go for it. I don't even care. I'm just going to do it. Well, look, all these mindsets are ultimately toxic. They may be fun to talk about in jest in certain environments, maybe at a party or in college, but don't take yourself too seriously, and make sure you follow up that conversation with, hey guys, I'm really just joking. Relationships do mean a lot to me. So those toxic mindsets are just going to get you nowhere. Okay. In fact, I believe that they're pretty much responsible for the high marriage rate and the high divorce rate of those marriages. Okay. So look, this toxic mindset, I think, It gives you an over-exalted sense of self-worth. It inflates the ego. And that's the last thing we want inflated, okay? Look, don't get dirty on me, all right? Jeez. We don't want to settle for anything less, you know? It's an insult to settle. I'm just going to go for that trophy wife, that model, you know, that skinny, tall model, no matter what. Because I have a boat. Some guys and some girls have sexual hang-ups. And I'm saying, you got to flush those out. And don't flush them out by actually doing it. Flush them out in a small room with a therapist. We don't want to hurt anybody or use anybody for sex. And that's just a different subject, but if it's consensual, okay, all right. Make sure it's in writing. Get a disclaimer. That's in my book, by the way. I'm not sure which chapter, but it's funny. You're also, the toxic ramifications is the obliviousness to acknowledging plenty of people who are totally interested in you, who could be an amazing partner to you, all right? You're just turning yourself off to all those possibilities. Look, everyone's imperfect. And I'm telling you, some of the imperfect ones, they grow on you. They like get really perfect over time. Like, okay, like the 8s turn into 10s over time. So I always say like date the 7s and 8s, maybe even the 6s. Seriously. Attractive women and men, they offer a stiff competition, okay? A lot of people are after those people. And yeah, they may influence your masculine instincts to get that hot woman, but you got a lot of people also wanting her. So, and it's pretty hard to give someone attention 24/7, unless you are. Those gals tend to be a little high maintenance and they'll rubberneck and they'll go to someone who's giving them more attention. When you fall into these traps, you end up waking up with people you have no chemistry with. And this all lasts, I would say, on average a week, and then it just takes a nosedive. And then you really wake up alone, feeling alone and being alone. And remember too, the most sought after are also playing this competitive game, just like you. And when that happens, that means you're going to be under scrutiny for the minor stuff, like how tall you are, right? How much money you have, what assets you have. And by the way, my book's title, You Were Taller Over the Phone, has nothing to do with how tall you are. It has everything to do with deception and lying about your height. Read the book, okay? Look, we're all going to shrivel up. So here's my advice. Guys, the next time you see an average-looking girl behind the counter at Starbucks or the like, with her hair pulled back and she's got her glasses on, imagine her with those glasses off and her hair taken down. She's pretty hot, isn't she? And you know what? She's probably been eyeing you for the last 6 months and you haven't even noticed. So that girl, the coffee shop girl, start flirting with her, okay? Start flirting. Flirting is innocent, it's kind of non-committal, but it can start getting things going. And if there's no reciprocity on the other side, then hey, nothing lost, right? And a lot of practice gained. Well, anyway, that's all I have for today. I want you to do something loving for yourself tonight, and I'll see you tomorrow. We're going to be talking about the pressures we have from friends and family as a reason to date.